Stitchy Friends, welcome back. My name is Laura. You've found Lila Stitches, and today's episode is a Flosstube. It's been too long. Apparently once a month seems to be my track record recently, though unintentionally. Life has been busy and good. Anyways, it's been 5-6 weeks since my last video, my last Flosstube, and I've gotten a lot of stitching done again. Apparently you wait a month or so and there's just lots to share. Though I never seem to struggle with 2 weeks, so I don't know. Anyways, here we are. I am excited to share what I have with you, and I'm going to stop rambling and just dive right into it. Okay. Why does this feel so off? I don't know. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, so I can't turn my brain on. It's early in the morning. I'm trying to beat the sun. We have southern exposure, but unlike my previous home, we lived in a canopy of trees. So even if it was, mid-afternoon, for the most part, except for in the winter, we were rather sheltered. Here, there are no trees. We live in the desert, and it gets very bright in here. So I'm trying different times of the day to see what makes the difference. So it's early. My brain is still turning on. It's really hard to not start this video over because I feel like I'm scattered. That's okay. I also have to go to Costco today, and I want to go before the crowds hit, so early is good. Okay, let's stop rambling. Okay, I have it fully finished. I shared the finish with you last month. This is In the Library by Mojo Stitches, and I went digging through my closet frames. Yeah, interesting. Sometimes you notice things at random times. Anyways, and this one was the right size and looked good, so kismet. So I also had some foam core board on hand, and I laced it, and I decided not to put the glass in this time just because glare. I know I usually put the glass in on my finishes just because dust, and there's a lot of dust here, so maybe this was a mistake. I haven't thrown the glass away yet, so I could change my mind. but the threads, the floss in this project are so gorgeous that I was worried the glass would mask some of the more subtle color changes, so I omitted the glass. Isn't she lovely, though? And mostly I'm so excited to have it done so I can put it on my wall. I was going to put it in my bedroom and then decided I don't spend nearly enough time in there to justify that. So it's going to go in the living room somewhere. I don't know where, but I want to see it all the time. So there she is. I stitched it on 28 count vintage pearl barley by Lakeside Linens. If I could have a yard of it, I would snatch it up because it's gorgeous. And I stitched it with the called for cottage garden threads. And this was my first project with them, and I love working with them. They give you nice, beautiful stitches. The floss pulls through smoothly. You get good coverage. This was 2/2. Anyways, isn't it dreamy? There. It can be our friend for the rest of the video. Kind of like our turkey dude was. Oh. I'm running out of frames though. I'm not sure how I'll magic a fully finish next video, especially if I do it in 2 weeks. We'll see. Okay, let's get this stack scooted over here because, like I said, I've worked on a lot. I have lots to show you, and I have 2 more finishes. I don't know. Who's this girl? I don't have my board. Oh, fiddle. Hello. Did I use my board for this? We don't know. Okay, I'm gonna go get it. Board. It's just so much easier. The light doesn't shine through and it's not all floppy. I don't know. Okay, my first finish, or second, anyways, the next one is Adventure Sampler by Sambrie Stitches Designs. And oh my gosh, this one was so much fun to stitch, and yeah, it was really fun. I did a color conversion for this project from Stash. I wanted to use overdyes, and you can see in the original her color choices are at times a bit vibrant, and I wanted it to be a little bit more subdued. So here she is. Yay! Oh, Mr. Dude. Big guy. There we go. Okay, he had a fuzzy right on him. I love it. And I think this one will fit in a standard frame. It's on a 28 count. Let me find I updated my cards of finishes, so let's see here. If I can find Fresco. This is 28 count Fresco by Picture This Plus. And like I said, it's a color conversion of my own from Stash, so it's kind of a mashup of many colors. I'll show it here. You can screenshot it if you choose, but I also have it's kind of in code. But if you can read it, that's great. And if not, I believe this is one that I've typed up already, so I will, actually let me check. It would be in the drawer here. That would probably be easier to read. If it isn't, I'll get it typed up because these are convenient. I still have not posted these anywhere. I'm sorry about that. I am chronically behind in the things I would like to do. Oh, here we go. Yes, I did do it. Okay, so here's the conversion for how I stitched it. They're listed in the same order as the pattern. WDW is Weeks Dye Works, CCW is Classic Color Works, and GA is Gentle Arts Threads. Okay, I hope that that's readable. It looked backwards to me. Okay, anyways, I'm thrilled to have it done, and yay. Oh, excuse me. Okay. Ooh, I'm getting warm. Ruh-roh. I hoped that doing it in the morning would be a little bit more cozy and I could wear a seasonal shirt, but it's still averaging 80 degrees and up every day. Oh, fall will never come. Actually, it's supposed to come in like a week and a half, if the extended forecast is correct. We might actually see some cool seasonal weather by Halloween. Okay, my next book project comes out of Winds of Autumn by Blackbird Designs. And I have several projects I want to do out of, well, I want to do all of them ultimately, but this autumn I have chosen 3 to at least start. Oh, these are gonna fall everywhere. But this one I did a start and finish on. So it is October 31st. And I'm not going to finish mine as a pin keep or pin cushion. I want to find a circular frame. Da, 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 da. Oh yeah, that's showing up nicely. It's so cute. It's stitched so fast. I did it in 2 afternoons. I probably could have done it in 1 if I had a bit more stick-to-itiveness or time. Time is an issue these days. This one is on 32 count Tuscan Sun. Is that gorgeous gold color. Pause that thought. Oh my gosh, you guys. I think we just solved the mystery fabric. If it's not this color, it's incredibly close. That's wild. What are the odds? Tuscan Sun may be Stargazer's background. That's pretty exciting. Oh my goodness. Okay. Excuse me as my brain totally derails. That's huge. Okay. Anyways, back to this. I stitched it with Gentle Arts Carriage Black because I had it. I think it calls for black coffee, but I had already put that into another project that you'll see in a little bit. So I just pulled another black from my stash and here she be. Anyway, super fun, super cute. I would love to do like a 6-inch black frame, round frame around it. I think that'd be really cute. But we'll see if I can find it. I might have to go on the interwebs and hunt it down. But I don't know that that will be this year, probably next year. Okay, next finish and final finish is Halloween Fairy. I started this one last year and I love her. Looks like I started her October 3rd last year and I actually finished it October 5th this year. So almost a year to the day, a couple days extra, but yay! Oh, she's so lovely. She's so pretty. So I did her with the called for flosses. She's on a 28 count even weave that I coffee or tea dyed. I think it was a tea dye on this one. It doesn't smell like anything anymore other than fabric. Yeah, and called for beads. I didn't do any changes on this one, I don't think. I think I just did it as it was said to do. Oh, yes, I did. Excuse me, I changed her flesh color. And I believe that was because if I can log back into my memory banks here, I want to say it's because it was a rather peachy pink color and I wanted it a bit more, you know, fleshy. Anyways, so again, I just pulled something from stash. I want to say it was, am I going to remember this right? No, I'm not even going to guess. It was something from stash. And it wasn't over dyed. But I don't have that written down, so A new mystery. Anyway, she's done. And I want to like pin her to my board or something so she can hang out. Because I don't have a frame for her. I already checked. I would have had her framed as well had I had a frame that would work in my possession. But anyways, that's okay. I'll just clip her to the board for a while and she can hang out in the background. Because I don't want to put her in a box. It's spooky season. That's why I'm wearing spooky shirts that are very warm. It's fine. Okay. Now we get into my whips. This was, I cannot remember if I have shown this to you since I restarted it. So, if I have, sorry. If I haven't, this will be interesting. So last year I was going to start arranging mushrooms by ink circles with Kelly from Pages and Stitches, and she has made considerable progress, I want to say, on hers. I'm behind on my personal viewing of Flosstubes. But I had dyed a piece of fabric and I thought, oh my gosh, it looks like crushed leaves on a forest floor and I love it and it'll be perfect. But it winds up being a little bit too dynamic because, as you can see, the majority of the trunks of these mushrooms are very pale, very subtle. And so I considered backstitching the outlines of them just to define them a bit more. But I didn't care for that. I kind of like the softness of them without backstitching. And that just felt like a whole mess to get into. So I literally did part of this trunk and stopped and waited almost an entire year to pick it up again because I just wasn't sure. I kept auditioning different grays, kind of like they have, or different options, and nothing was really working. I tried greens, I tried, a bunch of things, and nothing really floated my boat. And then randomly one day, I was looking for fabric for something entirely different, and I came across this one, which I had dyed at the same time as the last one, but for some reason had not considered an option for this. Anyways, I've restarted it. I'm stitching it one thread over two. This is an 18 count Ada that I dyed last year. And it's gonna show up really funky because we're getting more light, but that's okay. I think it's gonna be great. That's a little better. Yeah, right there. Find the sweet spot. Anyways, I love it. I love how the reds are looking. They look a lot more rich, a lot richer. And obviously all those light colors show up great. They're a bit deeper in person. I don't know if I can get it to show. Nah, it's kind of chronically overexposed. That's going to be the new name of my channel, chronically overexposed. Anyways, and it's only going to take this much. It's going to finish like, I want to say it was like 3.5 or 4 by 5. It's basically a postcard. This is the full height of the design. And so it's just going to be small, and I'll have lots of fabric left over for something else. So anyways, that'll be fun. I'll probably pull it out again in November, though mushrooms aren't necessarily seasonal to me, so I can work on it whenever. Ow! But it feels good to have a good start that I feel good about on that, and I can, start making progress on it, because I do love the design. I think it's really pretty. So I'm going to sneeze. Oh no. Look into the sun. Oh, okay, I think I saved it. All right, I was definitely going strong with Sampler September for the first 2.5 to 3 weeks of September. And then the final week, I abandoned it. I just lost my mojo. And I also had impending company, which was a mild surprise, but delightful. So really the last week of September and then last week were busy. They were just busy. So I didn't get quite as much as I'd hoped to get done. I really had some ambitious goals with my samplers I had started, but it's fine. No worries. So Marianne Copp, I did work a little bit more on. It's so beautiful. I love it. I love it. And where's its information card? Okay, I'm stitching this on 36 count. Picture this plus Tyco. And we're going 1/2 this time. Let's see, what's the best way to do this? There's no best way. Called for floss. And I started it in the middle of last month. So I was very negligent in before pictures. It's fine. We'll make do without them this time. But I'd had this upper section and I think these leaves done. So I counted down, got this box, which is basically her placard, her name, and information there. And I branched out into this bird that is the wrong color. It will have to come out. And this is the beginning of that first big basket. But I didn't really want to commit to going into the basket, so it was more like kind of establish some markers for next time I pick it up. So it's a little easier to pick up. But I will have to pull out that wing, unfortunately, because it's supposed to be, or no, it's actually the belly, excuse me. Yeah, that's the belly of the bird. Oh, belly of the bird. And it's supposed to be a very pale yellow, and it's not. Yeah, so that'll have to come out, but that's okay. That won't take long. That's not that much stitching. And yeah, so I made some progress on this. That felt good. And we finished, so we're F1 fans, and we're newbie F1 fans, I should say, in the last year. And so we finished the F1 series, Formula One series on Netflix, and my husband was jonesing for some more F1, but we don't have access to the current races, so we were watching racing movies. So we watched Ford versus Ferrari and the one about Ferrari. Is it just called Ferrari? It might just be called Ferrari. Anyways, good movies. They were very enjoyable. But now every time I look at this project right now, that's what I'm thinking of. So I'll need to, next time I work on it, I'll have to watch like Pride and Prejudice or something so I can rewire my brain into not thinking about modern race cars when I work on this beautiful historical sampler. Anyways, next what I worked on was Fall on the Farm, and this is the square I worked on. I had a goal to get this finished, and I did not achieve that goal, but that's okay. That's okay. I'll keep working on this again in November once spooky stitching is gone, unless I get a wild hair for it, and then I can pull it out whenever I want to because it's my stitching. So yeah, I got a lot done in it though, really. Like the grass, this is the beginning of that wagon. We've got the farm stand here and our bit of flower coming up. So I did work on it. Definitely got some progress because that whole block wasn't there last time I shared it. I love this project. I'm stitching it on the called for 30 count Portobello. You all know where my brain goes. Instantly into bed gnomes and broomsticks. I say it every time, but it does. And if I wasn't embarrassed to sing, I would sing it. Anyway, it's called For Floss, and I love it. It's so cute. And I have spent all year kitting up both Farmhouse Christmas. Is that what it's called? There are 2 other series that are similar layouts. So they had one that, I don't know when it was published, a year or 2 ago, that's like Farmhouse Christmas or something like that. And then this year's Log Cabin Christmas I have been collecting as they've released. But I have fabric and I have at least most of the floss. So I'm excited to have, and really the Log Cabin Christmas is very wintry feeling. So I'm considering it more of a winter project than a Christmas project. So I'll have something to work on in December that's similar, and then something for winter projects. And it'll be fun. I'm really enjoying those little squared, they're just very satisfying they're quick stitches, and you get this sense of accomplishment, and yeah, they're good. Excuse me 1 second. I've got a bit of a drippy nose. Oh, it's very dry. Maybe I have some mild allergies or something, or just the dust generally irritating all of my olfactory system, sinuses. Okay, next one is Autumn is as Joyful, which I had printed out the cover picture for, and then my mom was my company. She used this room. We convert my studio into a guest bedroom when company comes, and somewhere in that shuffle, I lost the picture. Yeah, but you know what it looks like. If you don't know what it looks like, Google eyes Autumn is as Joyful by Lila's studio, and it's beautiful and lovely, and I'll have a picture of it next time, promise. But the official start day for the Hugo Stitchers Sal was the autumn equinox, so September 22nd, and we had a fitful start. Let's just put it that way. This is where I am. I'm stitching this on 36 count Dunes by Fiber on a Whim, and it's gorgeous. I love this fabric for it. I'm stitching it 1/2. And so far I have used the called for colors. I do have some substitutions which I will share with you. I have not assigned them places, but I have just basically assigned them colors. Number replacements. Oh, except for this one, which I didn't write. Anyways, Gentle Arts, Country Redwood, but I didn't write down which color that replaces. Classic Colorworks Fallen Leaves is my alternate for 301. Chestnut from Weeks Dye Works is an alternate for 801. Whiskey. Sorry, my brain. Is an alternate for 833. Onyx is an alternate for black, so 310. I like that it's a little softer. It's still very much black, but just a little softer. Molasses, Makes Dye Works, alternate for 3031. And then we've got Oscar, alternate for 3011. Snarly little dude there. And Collards by Week Dye Works, focus, is an alternate for 935, and I'm going to have to get more of that for sure. So there is my conversion at this point. And I'll just kind of pick and choose where I feel that they're most effective for the colors that I have assigned them. And it will just give a little bit of, you know, texture and movement into it. So I love it. I love the design. I think it's beautiful. I have settled on an alternate quote. Thank you everyone for your input, and I agree. I have chosen, if a year was tucked inside of a clock, then autumn would be the magic hour. And so that'll be my quote. I'll have to rechart it. That will go in the acorn. Anyways, so that'll be good next time I pull it out. You all know how I handle sals. Unless I'm hosting it, it's more like start-alongs. Okay, and now I've got a stack of Halloween projects that I dabbled on because, like I said, the last week of September, I gave this a couple days. I definitely stitched the entire outline and got up here and it was wrong. Had to rip it out, and then I was like, okay, I had to rip it out to like around here. And then I said, okay, we're going to stop that nonsense in its tracks and I'll start going around this way. Nope, still counted wrong. But it's okay. Third time was the charm. And now it is correct. Anyways, so that, I spent a couple extra days on that because I wanted it to be off to a good start before I set it down for spooky season. But once I was done with that, and that could be the fact that I had to stitch that acorn top 3 times, may be the very reason that I was like, done. I want to do spooky season. We're moving on. Anyway, so I did, and I worked on the 2 I finished Adventure Sampler. What day did I? It doesn't matter. Anyways. And then I finished the Halloween Fairy, and then I was just fully in spooky season. I was ready. So I did October 31st. That was the first couple days of October. And then I have another one from this book that I've given a recent start. So this is called Spell of the Moon. It's so cute. I love that owl. He's kind of a grumpy owl. That's appropriate though for Halloween. And this, it's still wrinkly because I was just working on it last night and I didn't want to get my ironing board out. This is where I am. That tree really, I think, is the biggest, the densest stitching other than perhaps the moon. So it felt good to get that out of the way. But I'm out of the color. So this is black coffee. This is where black coffee went. And it took a whole skein. This is on 32 count murky. And yeah, there's a lot of stitching there. So I need to go out and get another skein of black coffee. Fortunately, I made it through like most of the connected stuff, and everything else is like there's a border and a house and a plant. So if the dye lot is slightly different, I don't expect it will be because this was a recent purchase, this skein. So I can't imagine the dye lot would have changed that much. But were there to be any subtle differences, it's not going to wind up stacked next to the other skein like I ran into with my Autumn Town. So anyways, that's been fun. I'll keep plucking away at that. I've been working on it for the last couple days though, so I think I'll work on something else for a bit. Maybe this one. When Witches Go Riding. Let's see if I can hold it still. Nope. It's gonna shake. I think this is a new one of her patterns this year with the needle and thread. And I am doing a conversion from Stash. because I didn't have even half of the colors it called for. And this is an itty bitty start. Da 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 da. Ooh, ah, impressive. Yeah, so that's my first little witch in the first little panel, and I'm going to stitch them. I'm going to stitch them stacked like this. This is mystery size. Oh, there we go. 28 count Lugana Affogato by Fiber on a Whim. It's just from something from Stash. I've been doing a lot of kitting from Stash, which is good, though I'm starting to use up my stash, which I suppose is also good. Anyways, so I'm going to stitch them in sequence on top of each other because together they have the poem, "When witches go riding and black cats are seen, the moon laughs and whispers, 'tis near Halloween." So I think they could be cute, but I'm going to give them enough space that if I want to cut them apart and make pillows, I can. So they'll have a little bit of gap between them. And if I like how it looks, I'll just add like a tiny little, you know, like border motif, not a full length one, but just like a little thing. Just to make the separation feel intentional. But it gives me the option to either finish them as pillows or finish it as one piece, just depending on how I like it when it's done. So, yes, that's the plan with that. Her collar kind of looks like boobs. Cute. Okay. Next one I worked on is Judith Kirby's Victorian House number 9, which is a little wrinkly, but you know, it is what it is. I love this one. It's so cute. It's so fun to work on. I ran out of floss or it would probably be done because I was really enjoying working on it. So I came in, I've added the background and the fence and the window glows, and then I've come up and completed the full stitches, the full crosses in the tree. So now it's like there's like pretty extensive branch work there, and then I need to finish the fence, and there's a little bit more background, fill in backstitching. So I'm getting there. This is on a 28 count, I'm pretty sure. Is that 28? 14 count, excuse me. It's not a linen. Yeah, I think it's a 14 count Ada that I dyed last year. Specifically for this, actually, because I want it to be like a spooky night. Spooky Halloween. So cute. I love it. Anyways, so I've got 3 DMCs I need to pop out and grab. Then I can bust that out. All right, the last one I worked on is Halloween Quaker. I'm just kind of like touching all of my Halloween projects this year. At this point, I've finished enough recently. You are sitting in the full sun. Well, okay, cute, pretty. What if I do that? Is it too dark? No, it's okay. Totally changes the light, but there. I don't like it. Okay. Welcome to the way my brain works. Anyways, I'm just touching, I finished enough projects recently that I don't feel driven. Sometimes I get to the point where I'm like, oh my gosh, I really need to finish some stuff. But I've been pretty good. I've been really good, in fact. The last 3 or 4 months, I've been very productive. And so I'm enjoying that, but I'm also feeling relatively relaxed about, you know, my projects. So that's a nice place to be. And and I'm just going to enjoy stitching however much I wind up stitching on my Halloween projects without feeling a desperate need to finish anything. I don't know where that need comes from. It's fine. It's probably just FOMO or something like that. But so when I picked this up this year, the witch was hollow, and there was just the beginning of an outline here, and these two little Quakers. And I've gone in and filled in that witch. And I did have to make a correction on this. I had missed one stitch up here, so when I wrapped around, it didn't match. So I pulled that line out, and then I've done most of this color for this Quaker. And then there's these cute little candy corns that sit in it. It'll be so fun. Anyways, I'm considering for the next couple weeks, because we've really only got 2.5 weeks, 2 weeks until Halloween. So if I could finish this Quaker this week and then do like a Quaker a motif a week kind of thing, throw in a couple more Quakers, I'd feel really good about that. But it's fun. It'll become more fun the more stitching I do in it. This is a 14 count Ada that I dyed last year. And actually it's showing that little hint of purple a little bit in there. Love it. Oh, dog hairs. Cute. Okay, so that's all my stitching. That is all of my stitching for the last month or so, month plus. I had a birthday last month, and then I was also given a surprise Happy Mail. One of my friends passed along some patterns she was kind of destashing. So I would love to just run through those because they're fun. And then we'll talk about plans. I think that's what I had written down. No, I'm doing plans first. No, let's do it this way. I'll do my Happy Mail. I only have one haul pattern because I had to show my mom the cross stitch shop. And yeah, okay, let's do that. Okay, so my brain. So my mom brought me this kit for my birthday kit. I think it's really cool. Beautiful colors. It'll be fun to stitch. I'm not sure I'll start it this year just because I'd kind of slated other things, but you never know. It could happen. Yeah, so really fun. That was lovely. And then she also gave me, and this is big, a Lowry stand. She found a really good deal, and it doesn't have any of the accessories or anything. It's just, the basic bars. But I've been talking to her about it, about the potential value of having at least one project kind of on there regularly that not only I could make consistent progress on, but that would change the way I am stitching. I'm an in-hand stitcher, so for example, this is just how I work on things, and I'll crinkle it up, and I use the sewing method, so it's a very consistent, repetitive motion. And I love that, and I've been doing it for years, so I have really good tension, and it's just very comfortable for me. But I stitch enough, and I've been stitching for long enough that I do worry about wearing out my hands. And so having an alternate method, so an alternate stitch pattern for my motion for my hands, I think would be really valuable. And so I'd kind of been talking to her about this for the last 6 months or to a year. and she totally surprised me, it's amazing. Anyways, so I'm very excited to have that. I'm a little wary of it just because it's new. I haven't stitched in a hoop since I was learning to stitch as a kid. And this is actually a question to the masses. Should I start a new project? Because it's in a hoop, should I start a new project and just have that be my hoop project? Or will there be obvious tension differences if I were to put a whip into it that I've already been, in hand stitching versus hoop stitching? If I were to like, even just this for example, if I were to hoop this, would the stitching look different? I'm nervous about that. I'm thinking I've got enough things kitted up. Maybe I should just start something new. And because I want to teach myself the pull and grab, so I have two hands going at once. So I'm not, because one thing I don't like about hoops is this, going over and under your work. So if I could learn this, since the hoop is being held by the stand, I think that would be really slick. Might take a little bit of time and practice. Anyway, so I'm thinking I need to start something new. And maybe even something small so that it's, a practice project, for lack of better terms. Anyways, what are your thoughts? Do you have any experience with that? Teach me, please. Because I'm very excited, but I haven't done anything other than set the stand itself up yet because I don't want to, because I have concerns. So I'm very excited. It was a lovely, lovely, lovely birthday present. So, yeah, that's that. Anyways, so then I've got this little stack of goodies, and you can see there are some mirrors in there. It's very exciting. So this came from my friend. Thank you, Judith. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited. Maybe I'm going to flip it over because the top one, I'm probably starting this year. So this sweet little Valentine pattern, so cute. And I have this small collection growing of, this year was really my first year of stitching Valentine's Day patterns. And they're just small projects, but I so enjoyed it. And it would be fun. I don't really want this big grand display, but if I had like a little dough bowl, I can speak. I think that would be delightful. Of little seasonal pillows and stuff. Anyways, so that'll be fun. Thank you. This cute guy. Love it. And then 3 little Halloween. Oh, he's so cute. Also, somebody commented, so I just released a couple days ago the belated pollinator cell video. Hashtag pollinator cell. But our critter is bats. Back there. And I found them completely fascinating and loved researching them. But one gal, bless her, she said, bats are cute until one lands on your pillow next to you. I was like, it just gave me such perspective. Yes, I think bats are adorable and fascinating. I do not want one landing on my pillow next to me. That would be alarming to say the least. Anyways, side note, thoughts. Okay, so some Mirabilias. These are gorgeous. Rose of Sharon. I'm just going to fly through them. Elizabeth. Lady Alexandra. Sabrina. The dresses on these ladies are spectacular. Her name is not showing. Let me see if I can see it here. Roses of Provence. And on these last couple, I love the additions of something other than just the lady itself. This is Crystal Symphony, I think. Gorgeous. Again, like the border and then that chandelier just gives a little extra element to it. And then, she's so beautiful. Another fairy, Ada, the garden fairy. Adia? Adia, maybe. Anyways, she's gorgeous. I'm gonna have a whole collection of fairies. I love them. Okay, and then some lavender and laces. Angel of Hope. Oh no, what is she called? There we go, Guardian Angel. I love the colors in her dress. Angel of Grace. She's beautiful too, and I love the dove. And the other Santa, the Spirit of Christmas. So I have the Spirit of Peace, or Gift of Peace rather, which I'm about halfway through, I think, right now. And then this is a companion Santa. Yay! So I'll probably have to at least work on getting him kitted up, even if I don't start him this year, because I do have some other starts that are already set to go. But I'm very excited. So thank you very much, Judith. That was such a surprise. I did not know that was coming. But she'd sent me things before when she was destashing, and so she already had my address, and it just surprised me. It was delightful. So my one piece of haul this month was this cute little, it's called Winter Whites, and by Little House Needleworks. It's just, it says a blizzard. Oh, it's an alphabet with blizzard, frost, ice, snow, and winter. That's how I did, this is how I read it at the store too. I was like, a blizzard, CD, E, frost, GH. Oh, my brain sometimes, I swear. Anyways, they stitched it on a really pretty blue, and it was so much cuter. Not that this isn't cute. It's cute on a neutral too. But the snow showed so well because there's little snowflakes that come through this top part, and that's how I want to do mine, is on blue. So, pretty. Okay, plans. Plans for the next 2 weeks. Spooky stitching. Just whatever whim hits me. I have a couple things kitted up that I haven't started yet, so that could happen. Working on these that I've shared, or pulling out any of my other whips. Though there are only a few. Well, no, there are a few. Okay, anyways, pulling out a whip, potentially. So I'll definitely be doing spooky stitching. If I finish the Victorian house, I would like to start this project. That'll be my replacement. But I'm not sure. We'll just see how the timing works, because if I don't work on the Victorian house till next week, and I finish it, but we've only got a couple days left, I might just wait. Yeah, so spooky stitching. And then, this. So this was a Sal from last year's Jingle Ball, which I will be attending the Jingle Ball. I don't think I'm going to be able to do any classes, but I'll try to go into chat rooms this year. But I love, that's what I've done the last couple years, is just kind of lurked in the corners and shopped. And it's been delightful, and I love the content they provide. It doesn't matter if you're social or shy, or, you know, there's a little something for everybody, and you'll have a delightful time. And frankly, even just stitching with their little videos going and the music is so much fun. So this was one of last year's patterns by Tiny Modernist. And I actually kept up with it, which shocked the whole world. But I've had people asking me for instructions on how to do a soft finish, which you can see behind me, like that one. My frosted pumpkin stitchery sampler back there is a soft finish. And so I've decided, I did find this cute fabric, which has, if you can see, little colors, so that'll be fun. And I will do a soft finish with this, and I will record my process, which will hopefully be helpful for those wanting that information. So I haven't done it yet, but I've got it pulled out. It's in the plans. Sometime soon I will do that. Because I also want it done before Christmas so I can hang it up. So dual motivation. I figured if I was gonna do it anyways, why not record it and, you know, get that out there. So it's not anything revolutionary, I promise, but if it's helpful, I'm happy to try to share that. Do I have anything else for you? That might be it, folks. Yeah, that might be it. That's okay. We just moved right through things. So, yes, spooky stitching. I hope if you are doing spooky stitching or enjoying, I just hope you're stitching anyways. Getting some time in. I wanted to say that my heart and my thoughts are with those affected by the hurricanes and the current hurricane. Woof. I know there's some pretty raging fires still going, and, you know, Mother Nature is angry right now. So I hope you all take care and are doing well, and yeah, happy stitching, everyone. I will be back. I'm thinking maybe a Halloween video. I'm not gonna dress up, other than maybe a sweatshirt, maybe even this sweatshirt. But next week there will be a quilting bee video. I'm doing them every other month, so this is our month for it. And then the following week will be a follow-up on spooky stitching, and then we'll jump back into autumnal stitching. Though I am considering, and perhaps this is just like unnecessary preamble, but I am thinking that unlike most years, I'm a seasonal stitcher. I consider myself a seasonal stitcher, but I'm stretching the bounds of that a little bit this year. And I would really like to, it's ambitious. I don't know if I can do it, but finish my, I Saw Three Ships by, is that Brenda Gervais? Anyways, I have a Christmas project that I would like to hang on my wall this year, but it's not even half done. So, like I said, ambitious, perhaps impossible, we'll see, but I'm going to incorporate that into my stitching through November in hopes to get that done. And I haven't decided how I'm going to do that yet, but I would like to. Yes. So it will be predominantly autumn stitching in November, but with a hint, a sprinkling, a dabbling of Christmas. Anyways, so yeah, that's kind of the plans, and we'll see what life throws at us and go from there. Oh, one quick thing in my notes, I forgot. I have received word back from one of my giveaway recipients, but not the second. So I need an email from @SharonKensHalo831. You're the winner of, it's over there. you're the winner of one of the giveaways from my anniversary video, and I would love to get that shipped out, but I need to hear from you. And if I don't by Halloween, so by my next video, I will redraw for that. So, not meant to be threatening or anything, but I just haven't heard from you. So, and I would love to get it sent out to you. But if I don't, or if you're just not interested, that's okay too, and I'll just redraw. So, we'll give it a couple more weeks, and hopefully I'll get that email, which I always link in the description box below. So that is the way you can reach me. I'm also on Instagram. You can DM me there. But I don't want to send my email. I mean, my brain just got lost. I don't want to send my private information through comments and stuff, and I don't want you sending your private information through comments. So if you email me, you know you're reaching me, and because I'm the only one with that email, lalad.stitches@gmail.com, and yeah, and then we can exchange info there. Anyways, so yeah, I think that's all the business. I think that's all the nitty-gritties. Yes. Okay. Take care, everyone. Happy stitching, and I'll see you next week with a quilting bee. Toodaloo.